guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday, the 13th of September, and the Tuscan Grand Prix was today at the Mugello circuit in Italy. Of course, the second of the three Italian Grand Prix this year, Ferrari's second home race, I guess you can call it. And today, big milestone for Ferrari, they celebrate 1,000 Grand Prix. After 70 years, they've reached the 4 digits of Grand Prix, which I have to say is a pretty cool milestone. To be in the sport for so long that you have done 1,000 of the same thing over and over. It's pretty cool. Of course, today Mick Schumacher drove his father's F2004. I think before the race. Well, I'm not sure when he drove it. I know he drove it today. But besides that. Speaking of Ferrari, big news today, or actually this week in general. Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel has signed with Aston Martin, which has pretty much left Checo without a seat. Now there is that picture going around of the lineup of each team this year, the lineup for next year. You know how like Ferrari has Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Now, the strange thing is, Aston Martin only has a picture of Sebastian Vettel. They don't know who his teammate next year is. Although, I do have a prediction based on the fact that Lawrence Stroll owns the team. I really wonder who could go into that seat. Oh my. But, that was all the news before the race. Of course, today's race was a little bit hectic, shall I say. 2 red flags, which, it's looking a lot like Monza. But obviously, this week's race was very, very dramatic. As you guys know, I am a Red Bull boy because of the Honda power. And Verstappen didn't even get through lap 1. Oh my god. Oh. But his teammate, Alex Albon, finally got his first podium after getting bumped by Lewis twice. Albon finally has his first podium. So, I can't be too mad Verstappen didn't get there. But Albon's on the podium. So, can't complain, Red Bull's up there. So, it is a pretty good deal for me. I like my Red Bull up on there. But of course, as this season has gone, Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas were on podium again, so nothing really new. This season has always been like a Mercedes Red Bull kind of thing, so I mean, it is the result of this Grand Prix. I don't think anybody expects otherwise. And I remember I said like 2 weeks ago, if Lewis magically DNFs the next 2 Grand Prix and Max gets on the top step, Max might be able to cinch the championship. I guess I shouldn't have said that, because after I said that, Max DNFs twice and Lewis wins. Actually, no, Lewis didn't win last week, but Lewis wins this week. But last week at Monza, he ended up 7th. So, I mean, I guess my prediction kind of came true. Yeah, I guess it sort of came true. Yeah, probably shouldn't have said that. Max might have actually been on the podium those 2 races, but, it is what it is. And like I said, top 2, Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas. Albon got his first ever podium. Congrats to him. And after that was Daniel Ricciardo. Oh my god, Daniel was so close to getting on that podium. Only 2 seconds behind Albon, and if he had gotten Albon's position, team principal 0 Abitable would have had to get a tattoo. So I think Daniel's gunning for that P3. I think he's gonna get it soon. I think next week is I'm not sure if it's next race is Russia. So Sochi Autodrome is kind of boring. So maybe Daniel pulls something out of his butt, give us a great race or something. 5th, man out of a seat next season, Sergio Perez. Yeah, I mean, 6 was Lando Norris. Like I said, McLaren's on the up and up. So are Renault. They're coming top of the midfield. Although today the result may have been a little different because 8 of the drivers didn't get to finish because of incidents on the first lap, and then I think lap 7, Grosjean went in this whole rant, whatever. But like I said, McLaren is going to Mercedes power next year, and Lando is 6th this week's race. I think he's like 4th in the championship right now. So McLaren, Mercedes next year, they're probably going to be fighting for podiums like they were back in the 80s. So they're on up and up, and I can't really complain. McLaren will be probably back to where they were back in the 80s and 90s. After Lando, finally, the torpedo himself, finally. Oh my God, he's in the points. Yes, the torpedo himself is in the points. Daniel Kvyat finished 7th. Yes, the torpedo finally scores points. I'm sure he scored points before. I probably just don't remember. But he scored points today, and pretty happy with that. 8th was Charles Leclerc. I guess Ferrari busted him with some points today. He didn't do too bad. He started P3, but he fell back to P8. So at least Ferrari got on the points today with how their season progression has been. They've been really towards the back this year. Then again, 8 of the cars didn't finish, so Leclerc may have been lower if it wasn't for those. But P8, top 10. 4 points, not too bad. Not too bad. Of course, Ferrari ran a special livery today, the burgundy. They also had new overalls for the team as well as the drivers, so maybe Enzo gave him a little bit of luck. Who knows? But 9th was Kimi Räikkönen. Iceman, scored points. So, not much else I can say for Kimi. And finally, this year, 10th place, Sebastian Vettel. Finally. Sebastian Vettel gets in the points. And of course, the day of the 1000th Grand Prix for Ferrari, he announces he's driving for Aston Martin. Which, I guess it's his way of saying, haha, Ferrari, you suck. But 10th, scored a point. Sebastian has 1 point in the Drivers' Championship. But, P11. Poor P11. Poor George Russell. Oh my gosh. He's been fighting hard all season. Last year and this year he's been fighting hard all along. He was only 3 seconds away from scoring his first point in Formula 1. Like I've said, I feel bad for Russell, but today his performance, I'll say, was pretty good. And like I've said this before, it's only a matter of time before Russell gets in that Mercedes seat. And then 12th, 10 seconds behind Russell, was Grosjean. You guys know how I feel about Grosjean. It is what it is. Oh my gosh. Grosjean, P12 with no points. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Him and K-Mag this season have been I don't want to say they've been subpar. I know the Ferrari power unit has been down on a lot of power, like I've said before, so I mean, if you're comparing to their performance last year, it definitely is a step backwards. I'm not gonna lie. They are not doing as well as they should be. Well, Haas is Haas. What is this, their 5th year? So teams have their ups and downs. Maybe Haas is just going through a down period right now. And, I can't really complain too much about it. Like I've said before, I like most of the teams. It's just the drivers I don't really like. So, I genuinely do hope Haas do find their stride back. They are the only American team, so support for the home crowd. Woohoo! But Haas's performance this year isn't that good. And all the DNFs, 8 DNFs in total today, including the top 3 finishers at Monza last week. Pierre, Carlos, and Lance did not even finish the race this week. They went from being on the top step last week to not even finishing this week. And that is just really sad. But to be fair, some of them were taken out by accidents. I know Lance was not taken out by an accident. I think he said he has a puncture going into one of the turns. I don't remember which one, but okay, it is what it is. Lance Stroll didn't finish. Esteban Ocon. I don't know what happened to Ocon. I know what happened to Latifi, Magnussen, and Gio. I think they got into an accident towards it was either the restart or the red flag. But they got in an accident and just took all 3 of them out, along with Sainz. They all got taken out very close to the beginning. And my 2 Red Bull drivers, Max and Pierre, did not even get to finish. Max and Pierre did not even make it past lap 1. Oh my god. Oh. I'm okay. They didn't even finish, man. Okay, I'm fine. So yes, Max didn't score in 2 races in a row, but he's still 3rd in the championship. So take it with a grain of salt. How he's doing. 110, still behind Bottas, but I think instead of being right above Lance Stroll, he is now above Lando. So like I've said, McLaren are moving up. So I don't even want to say it if Lewis doesn't finish anymore. I really hope Max finishes the next couple of races and hopefully he's in championship contention, because I really do want him to be a world champion. And he is world championship material. Him and Leclerc and like Albon and Lando and like George Russell, they're all future world championship contenders. And I think that is acknowledged across the sport. They will be fighting for the world championship later on, when Lewis and Valtteri, Grosjean and like K-Mag, all those older guys, and Kimi retires. So we'll get there eventually. Just Verstappen would be the youngest world champion, and that would be really cool to see. But yeah, 2 Red Bulls didn't finish. One of the McLarens, one of the Alfa Romeos, one of the Haas's, one of the Williams, and one of the Renaults, and one of the Racing Points. We almost got 1 driver from every team today. Only 2 more hadn't finished. We have a half-grid race. That'd be pretty cool to see. But yes, Lewis scored fastest lap. The race got an extra point. As if he wasn't winning by enough already. He needed more points. And Kimi Räikkönen received a 5-second time penalty for doing exactly what Lewis did last year at Germany. Although Lewis did not even receive a penalty. So I don't even know what's going on anymore. But I just want to see Max winning again, man. Watch, because I said that, Max isn't going to win anymore. But, I want it to happen. I want Honda to be back up there again. But what just happened? I think Max said he was like down on power or something in the beginning, so he couldn't get off the start line properly. So, whole race went up in kabooey. So, I mean, oh my gosh, so many red flags today at today's race. But I guess in all of this, the silver lining is Albon got his first podium. I cannot complain about that. And I think next week we are on to Russia. So, thank you guys for watching. If you watched this far in the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helped me out right now. And I will see you guys the next time I post a video.